Hey y'all, welcome back to Sunkissed Diaries by your girl Bria Chanel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're new, go ahead and scroll up a little bit like we always do and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, before you go, don't scroll back up too fast. Hit that post notification bell. You have to make sure it's lit up, well, it's gray, so that every time that I post, you'll be notified. So yeah, today y'all, I've been wanting to do this video. I actually wanted to do a mukbang with my sister so that she can, tell how her view was on us. But you already know what this video be about. It's basically me talking about my COVID experience. Actually, our whole family had gotten COVID. So I guess I'm gonna, and y'all probably like, girl, what's going on with her hair? But anyways, so I just wanted to, because like I said, I was gonna do a mukbang, but my stomach wasn't feeling the greatest. So I got my ginger ale, period. But yeah, I will just take my hair out because I'm about to do a new style. I should actually video that. But yeah, I wanted to just come on here and tell y'all my COVID experience because I know I haven't posted in a little bit. It's like every time I try to get on a roll, I ain't gonna say it because your words are powerful. But anyways, I had gotten into a car accident again. Actually around the same time too. I got in a car accident 2020 with my daughter. Then just January 31st, 2022, I had another car accident with my dad. So yeah, that's where I've been. So please forgive me, y'all. Like I said, if you're new, welcome. I love y'all so much for tuning in. And trust me, I'm not gonna always do videos where I'm just talking. I have a trip planned. I ain't gonna tell you about that just yet, but I have a trip planned. I plan on doing some little pranks. I actually have a prank that I already filmed, by the way. And it was about my passport, me and my sister's passport. And but I'm not the greatest at editing just quite yet. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to put that together, but do stay tuned for that. But yeah, like I said, I was gonna talk to y'all about my COVID experience. So I guess we could just get into it, but let me see where I can start. So it started with my daughter, and you know they say kids are resilient, whatever. So my daughter, she actually didn't even have it bad. Like, I'm just thinking like maybe she had like some allergy stuff going on or whatever. But this was around her birthday party because I actually had to reschedule because we had gotten so sick. This was like back in the end of September. Her birthday's end of September. And so I had planned on doing her party, around that time, of course. And yeah, so she was just laying around a little bit. She kind of like napped one time, and I think she was like a little stuffy and a little sneezy. So like I said, I thought it was allergies. So then we went to church one evening. I don't even know what we were in church for. I can't even remember. But we went to church one evening, and I don't know, I just started feeling like, the scratchiness or whatever in my throat. And my sister, she didn't tell me, but later I found out, like she started feeling a little funny too, because I had like a little teeny cough. It was like not just a constant cough, but it was just like, ooh, okay, something in my throat type cough. Look at Bella. But yeah, then, later on that day, I don't know, I just started feeling a little worse. Like I was tired, and I don't know, like it I don't even know how to explain that junk, but I just felt like I was getting sick, if you know what I mean. And so let me see, I don't even know who it went to next. I want to say then my dad started feeling bad, and then it trickled down to my mom. And mind you, Zariah, that's my little girl name. Well, she's not a little girl no more, my big girl. But she started feeling better within like what, 2 days. And that's why I was like, oh, okay, yeah, she just had allergies. But then we started feeling sick or whatever. And the first symptom that I, started feeling was, of course, the coughing. And then what else? I'm trying to think how it all came about. I don't know. Then I started getting the stuffiness, and then then let me see. And then my eyes were hurting. Like, it's so crazy, but my eyes were like hurting, like it was an ache, like like I just needed to keep them closed type ache. I don't even know. It's an indescribable feeling, like. But then like I would get tired from just walking to my room to the theater room. And then I couldn't taste anything. Like, I lost my taste. I lost my smell. Then I started getting the fevers. It had got bad, man. I actually, and I don't know how, and I wish that I could have brought everybody on, which I had planned on doing, but everybody be working. That's why I wanted to bring my sister on, because she could have told her side or whatever, but it was bad. Like, you had no appetite. It was horrible, man. If I wouldn't want it again. You get what I'm saying? Like, this was something that I was just like, yeah, don't want to deal with this ever again in my life. I was out of breath. I could not breathe, really. And mind you, I already have asthma. So, yeah, I couldn't really breathe. And when I did, like, I know that I needed to put something in my stomach or whatever. And so I would just try to eat, like, crackers. Couldn't really eat that. It was just, you were hungry, but you couldn't eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like the appetite was gone. Like, you needed to put something in your body, but your body was just like, nah, I'm not having it. Like, everything was tasting disgusting. I made us like a chicken soup. I'm sorry. I made us a chicken soup. That crap was disgusting. I made us a chili. That crap was disgusting. When I tell you, listen, when I tell you that junk, like, everything was disgusting. Like, it was disgusting. Like, nothing was good. Like, I had like Ritz crackers. That was disgusting. Tasted like, my daddy would say, it tastes like cardboard. Like, it was horrible. Like, it was horrible. I'm not even gonna kid with you. Like, the fever, I had like a fever for like 2 or 3 days. My dad had gotten so bad that he had to go to the hospital and be admitted. And they actually wanted him to stay longer or whatever, but because he's already like on a breathing thingy, not where he got to carry oxygen around, but like at night when he sleep, I can't even think of what it's for, a CPAP thingy, like for sleep apnea or whatever. So, like, I don't know, we were just kind of like scared for him or whatever, but he actually was feeling the worst. Honestly, he felt the worst. And so we took him to the hospital, and they were saying that he had pneumonia on both of his lungs, and the COVID was coming back negative. But I feel like COVID turns, if it's not the same thing, I think COVID turns into pneumonia. And I hope to God that y'all can't hear Coco Melody in the back. Because I got a little baby over here. Not my baby, but yeah. But yeah, his had gotten really, really bad. Like, his cough was horrible. And I had gotten some, like, mullein. We were trying everything. Like, I had ordered some mullein leaf tea from Amazon. I mean, it was trying to do what it could do, but he had gotten so far into it that, like, he needed some medical attention at this point. So, and he usually don't like to go to the hospital, but he was just like, y'all, I just really need to go to the hospital. I really need to go to the hospital. Like, I cannot breathe. And so, ended up taking him to the hospital. And like, when he get there, he really didn't want to, go like that, but he just felt so bad. And so when he got there, he was just like, hoping to get a prescription and be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they was like, the doctor came in because she heard that he wanted to get the prescription to go. You know what I'm saying? Go back home and let it take its course or whatever. But the lady, she was just so persistent. She was like, no, I'm not letting you leave. Like, you need to be admitted to a hospital. So, like, that scared me. Like, he didn't need a whole lot of oxygen, but he was bad enough where he needed to be admitted and be treated or whatever. And oh my gosh, like, I was freaking out. Like, for those of you who don't know me or whatever, like, I'm a big daddy's girl, big time, and I was freaking out. And so I like called him, knowing that he couldn't really talk to me because he couldn't breathe or whatever like that. But the doctors or whatever did say that he didn't need a high level of oxygen. It was just like, if you had COVID before, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you can't really talk without getting out of breath or coughing or whatever. So he was at that point. And I just wanted to get on there so he could hear me, get on the phone so he could hear me, you know, saying like, Daddy, please go and do what the doctors say to do, you know, and don't, because you don't, like, you, the lady literally saying if you go home that you could die. Like, you don't want to be here and we don't know what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, my dad, he was the worst. Like, we caught the fevers. We were tired, we couldn't breathe, we couldn't taste, we couldn't smell, you name it. That's what was happening. Even we had felt like we were gonna throw up at one point. I think my mom did throw up. I want to say she said she threw up, but me, I just felt like I needed to throw up, but never did throw up. My sister didn't throw up. Soraya, you would have thought that, like I said, she had allergies, and boom, it was gone. Praise God. But yeah. So they were like, yeah, please do not go home, and like my mom had to go back in there with him, and the nurse was like, she was like yelling at him. She yelled at him and was like, you need to not go home or you're gonna die. And so he listened, and then eventually, you know, they kept him on the little oxygen or whatever, and then they transported him to a hospital or whatever, because that was really like just the emergency room. So they had to transport him to the actual hospital or whatever. And then he spent the night, and me, I was just kind of like out of it a little bit. But then I'm just like, but where's my faith in God, you know? Where is my faith in God? Like, God can do anything. Like, he's the creator. He's our creator. And he's bigger than COVID. He's bigger than any mess that we have going on. So I just had to like calm myself down. I grabbed my Bible and I just calmed myself down and prayed. And I, you know, pray. I had the church people pray, you know, because people died from that. People died from that crap. And some people are still, you know, like dying from it now. Not as bad. But yeah, like it literally scared me. It literally scared me that my daddy had to be admitted because of COVID or whatever. And then they said that he had pneumonia on both of his lungs. So it terrified me. It almost, you know, tried to shake me up. And I was just like, but like, Bree, where is your faith in God? Like, come on now, like, tighten up. Like, you already know what God can do. And so, yeah, he spent the night, and like, this was the day before my daughter's birthday, her actual birthday. And you know, it just was sad, you know, that, and I don't want to cry. It was so sad because usually we're all together, you know what I'm saying? We're never apart, you know what I'm saying? We're a tight family or whatever. Yeah, we're not perfect, and we have our times when we argue, when we disagree and stuff like that. But for the rock of the family to be down like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hit us all. It hit us all. And then I was trying to like keep my daughter, because she's only 13. I was trying to keep her, you know, where she didn't freak out. So she was in school. And she really didn't know what was going on. But yeah, that was a scare that, yeah, that was worse than me finding out I was pregnant. I ain't trying to laugh, but if I think about it and it is passed on by, you know, you can laugh at stuff that was real serious at the moment. And then, you know, I mean, you can laugh at stuff that passed on by. Like, you can't laugh at it in the moment because it's so serious. But I just laugh because like, we beat it. Like, we, you know, God did what he said he'll do when he healed us, and we're still here today, you know. And but yeah, so he had to be admitted, and so me, I couldn't really sleep or whatever. And so, and I know that he couldn't talk to me back, but I still, if you know this app or whatever, it was Google Duo, because he doesn't have iPhone. So I'm Google Duoing him, where it's like a video chat, and I just want to see him, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to bring more comfort to me. And the way that he was looking, like, man, it was not, it was scary. Let me say that. It was very, very scary. And, you know, it was scary. I was just scared, you know. So anyways, he told me that he was telling me, like, listen, and then another thing, like, sorry about that, but I could tell that he had it the worst, because like, he would be, and y'all hit, you know, comment down below and let me know, did any of y'all feel the same way or whatever. But he would be to the point where he was like spaced out, type, like he was not here type thing. Like, he would just sit, like, and I'm gonna, you know, but he was just like staring at the floor for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm just like, you know, just looking over at him like, you okay? This was before he went to the hospital and stuff like that. But like I said, we tried everything. We tried to do the breathing little treatment thingies where we got the vapor machine, and he was in the shower with the Vicks, and we tried teas, and that thing just was not letting up. So yeah, so, but when he was in the hospital or whatever that night, I'm sorry, excuse me, they wanted him to stay maybe 5 days or something like that. And he just wasn't having it, you know what I'm saying? Because he just felt, I guess he felt in his spirit, you know, that they were gonna kill him, you know? You know how you just have that feeling where them doctors really don't know what they be doing, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's why it's called a practice, you know? And so he didn't want them to experiment on him like that. So he decided that he wanted to go. He was leaving the next morning. So the doctors did all they could do for him, and they prescribed him something where it would clear up his, you know, lungs and stuff like that or whatever. And he came home, and the doctor was like, you know, you have to quarantine for like 5 days, because they wanted him to stay 5 days. And so he came home, and he was on the medicine for 5 days. He had to take like pills, like he had to take like 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening type thing. Some of y'all might know about this that had COVID, and then you got sent home with a prescription. Like, I don't know, but I never had to do that or whatever. But yeah, he came home. He was still kind of coughy. He could breathe better. He could definitely breathe better. And you know, I just felt bad for him. So we were masked up, you know, and we were, you know, trying to do what we could for him. And eventually, like, he got better. Like, but honestly, he coughed for at least 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months after, you know, the medicine. Like, he still had this like lingering cough, and he was just so over it. And I just felt so bad for him. But it wasn't as bad as it was before he, you know, went to the hospital. It was like one of those coughs where he was kind of like almost crying as he coughed. And it just was sad, man. It was the saddest thing to ever see one of your, you know, loved ones, especially your daddy or your mom or your child, so sick. And, you know, and there's nothing that you could do about it. That thing is still kind of like make me tear up just thinking about it. But I tear up even more because, like, God brought us through that junk, man. He brought us through that junk. And that was not the end for us. You know, that wasn't the end for my daddy. And I just thank him. Honestly, I couldn't thank him enough for for keeping my daddy, you know, with us. Yeah, he's so good. He's such an awesome God, man. But yeah, so the way that I found out, because I went to the hospital for something else around that time, because I started experiencing, I still had a little cough or whatever, but the rest of my symptoms had gone away. So I went to the emergency room because I was having these extreme cramps that I have never had before, and I was feeling nauseous, and I had, you know, TMI, diarrhea. Like, it was bad, and I'm just like, what's going on with me? Like, I know my period is, you know, my cycle is supposed to come pretty soon, but I never, ever cramped like this. I haven't had cramps like this since I was about to, you know, give birth to my daughter. And I'm just like, what in the world is going on? So, you know, me, I could take a lot of pain and stuff like that, but this was just excessive. This was like something that I hadn't felt in a long time. So it kind of scared me. Then I had the nausea, then I had the back pain. So then I went to the hospital, and I had the cough still a little bit. And then, you know, when you get there, they ask you, hey, so have you been around anybody with COVID? Da, 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 da. And I was like, yeah, I think that I just got over it. And, you know, my dad has, you know, is sick, and my family was sick or whatever. And they were like, you know, they didn't test me for it, but they went ahead and did a, I think it was an MRI or whatever on my stomach or whatever, and to see what was going on. And when they were scanning, they saw pneumonia on my lungs. And yeah, so that's how I ended up finding out that I had pneumonia. I wasn't even there for that, because like I said, I had felt better, but it was just my stomach bothering me so much, and just, you know. But anyways, I ended up, if anybody wants to know, it was just ovarian cyst or whatever that was going on with me. But anyways, that's not even what I was supposed to be talking about. But that is how I ended up finding out that I had pneumonia on my lungs or whatever. So I was given a prescription as well. But it wasn't the same like what my dad had. But yeah, that was our COVID experience. Like, COVID is real. COVID happened to us. COVID happened to some of my other family members. Yeah, and now I never want it again. I can say that I never ever want COVID again, because it was horrible. Like, even my dog knew that, and dogs be knowing stuff, y'all. So, but even my dog, she over there asleep. But even my dog knew that something was wrong with us, and knew that something was wrong with me, because she would try to lay under me or whatever. Like, she would not leave my side. She would not leave my side for nothing. Like, even though I was like, move, Bella, like, it's hot. You know, this is when I was having my fever. It's like I was at the end of it, and I just had this one, you know, this last fever. You know, my body was just fighting, working. You know, that's the Lord, you know. You put those, you know, fevers on you so that your body can fight it naturally. But yeah, that was our COVID experience. He over there touching stuff. That was our COVID experience. I'm about to get ready to take the rest of this hair out, because I'm about to do a style. My hair is growing so much, man. But I hope y'all don't think that I'm ratchet taking my hair out on camera. But I had to do something. I've been ready to post this video for the longest, but like I said, my sister was working. I wanted her to get on there with me. Then I was gonna do a mukbang and just do it by myself. But like I said, my stomach was hurting. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's my COVID story. That's my point of view on it. I probably will do, nah, I ain't gonna do another one, because COVID is a wrap, man. COVID is over with. My next video, y'all should give me some video ideas, to be honest with y'all. Like, I kind of got an idea what I want to do, but yeah, it wouldn't hurt for y'all to give me some ideas. So y'all just go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. You gotta follow me. You gotta follow me on my Instagram, and oh wait, oh yeah, follow me on my Instagram. It is Bria Chanel _24. Okay, follow me on my Instagram. Give me some video ideas. Make sure you don't leave this video, don't click out yet until you hit that like button. I would really appreciate it if y'all hit that like button. And if you didn't yet, if you didn't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell, and I'll see y'all in my next video. I love y'all so much. Hey, and don't forget to go outside. Don't forget to go outside today. It's nice today. It's so nice today. And don't forget to go out there and spend time with the Lord. Get some vitamin D and let that sun kiss you the way it kissed me. I love y'all.